series about rails. Now, in the last episode, we worked on getting ourselves some coloured trains, finishing off the rail yard here, and getting the network up and running again. But in this episode, I have noticed that we probably should bypass the station to make things so much faster. So, let's get started. So currently how our trains work is they come along this line here, which comes in from Spawn and Worldedit and the depot. They travel all the way along here, follow along here, and then turn off to head up to Lakeview up this way. But something I actually noticed the other day is if I go along here, and we just follow this track, which isn't set up to be used just yet, but that's what we're going to be doing in this episode. We can end up here, we put in a waypoint, we'll just call it that there, that's fine, and we'll head back this way. Which of course is a bit of a run along this way. But when you compare it to this piece, it's a much easier thing, because of course we had to go up to here, go into here, and of course, if a train is currently going through here, it has to stop here, and pick up and wait for the passengers to hop on, even if they're freight trains. We head down here. We go along here, and as you can see, it's quite a long journey with a lot of twisting and turning and upping and downing, and we end up here, which if we actually look directly across there, you can see that there is the waypoint we put in place. And I thought what we could actually do is bypass this section of track if a train doesn't need to go there. That'll make it a much more efficient route. Plus, this is the piece of track that we have the multi-direction passing lane on it. So having this further along will mean we can have more trains on the track, and hopefully they'll be able to get to where they want to go and pass on the trains rather than have to wait around for a single lane here. So before we get too far into this, I do need to go down below here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of some of the stuff we have down here. So the first thing I want to do though is I just want to take out these lights, because they're Project Red. They have a habit of crashing the game when I start using Worldedit. So now we've done that though, we can go back up here. And of course we probably should take note. Let's just put a little marker in where that is. Let's go from maybe here. Press the button there so we can see it. All the way along here. We're going to go back upstairs. And we'll head back out here so we can find where that is. Oh, it's really hard to see. But we'll head down here, and that's where we'll copy from. So I'm thinking we'll copy from about there. Over to about here. Am I right in thinking... Oh, what's that doing there? Am I right in thinking that there is... Yes. We go over to here. Yeah. So if we go over to here, we can copy to there. And now, if we go in and we run /copy, it'll make a copy of that. We'll head over to here. And we'll go from here to there. We'll pull it back one so we don't end up doing anything weird. So we go shift one back. And so now of course that's not going to take out the wall. Now I'm wondering how, so according to that it's about 159 meters. So that's not too bad. So let's go expand that section out 150 meters. Like that. Okay, so we're here in Party Central. Apparently it's a popular place to be at the moment. And you can see that 150 actually takes us to here. So that's not too bad, really, is it? We've come out pretty much exactly what we want to do. If we go now though, set 0 to empty it all out, you can see there's quite a large area in there. And of course down the end there will be some water and various other things. So what we're going to do is we are going to outline this with a copy of the clipboard that we've already used. So if we put that into there, that should place... That's not quite what I expected to happen. We've got blocks there. Okay, let's try something a little bit different. Let's go undo. Oops. And we'll set it to the clipboard instead. Clipboard. That's one too high. That's unexpected. I wonder what's caused that. Okay, so I've been playing around a little bit and I think I've found the cause of our little bit of weirdness there with the height. It looks like with Worldedit, when it starts tiling using patterns, it doesn't actually matter where you start your selection, it always starts at bedrock. So what I found out is if we go expand 250 down, so we'll go right down to bedrock, doesn't matter where we are because it stops there, we can copy that, and now it should work properly. But while I was doing this, I've also found another problem. Actually, we really should be copying it from here. I'm going to copy it directly from on top. We'll go copy like that, which means that the middle point of our selection is right there. So when we paste things, it's going to do it from there. We'll head up here a little bit. Not too high, but not too low. Actually, we'll probably go a little higher than that. Probably about here. We need to cover off the bedrock level, basically. What we need to do is we actually need to flip it around on itself. Because when you place it in, for some reason, it also works backwards. So, rotate 180, which will change the clipboard, or what we have copied, around 180. And then we'll paste it here, moving the selection at the same time. And hopefully what that will do, it places a zombie in the middle of nowhere. Cool, look at that. And now if we go into our little area here. Now the reason why I've done this all the way up here is so that we don't affect anything below us, hopefully. But if we go down here, you'll now see that the controllers are facing the other way. Normally, they're normally facing in this way. So you can see them when you're going this way, but of course we want to rotate them because you do a set with a large amount. This is how you do it. So now we can do our copy, which will copy it in this state. If we now go undo, of course that'll get rid of that. Get rid of all the water that goes with it. Turn that off. We'll head back down here and reselect the edges of the piece we want to do. So from there up to there, we want to of course shift it back one, so that if we accidentally do something and we take out and we put water in there, it's not going to break track, hopefully. And now of course we can expand our 150 blocks backwards, which actually will take it that way, over to our, where we're going, move out of the way, and hopefully if we go select hash clipboard, it will now paste in the clipboard in the correct order. So now you can see of course that we have our side and it matches pretty much what's over there. We'll go into here, we can take a look in here and hopefully there's no water. Looks all good. Cool, let's just turn it off. Looks really good. Let's just punch a hole down here. And are these guys here the right way around? They are. See what I mean by turn them around? You can see it's evident with the signs here that it's rearranged them around. But this of course is fixed that. But the other thing of course we need to do, and here is we need to take these guys out anyway, including these. because we need to use the one that the original one, which doesn't have all the IDs. Now we also need to grab a sign, which I didn't grab just before. Grab a sign. Yep, game crashed. We've got everything we need, so let's continue on. So we'll put the microcontroller in there. We will place a sign in. We will actually need to connect this cable up, so let's go do that now. We can probably punch a hole through there. Cable, and cable. Of course, can't get in there anymore, so might as well get rid of that. We go to here, and hopefully, if we could place the light back on there, because of course we took those out to test them. Not we actually need them. We can hear it quite well, but we'll turn the tablet on. And of course, if you remember what we were doing with this is so we can identify, we can mark the location of each of our microcontrollers to where they are in the world, so that they can relay the signal from the relay boxes that we've got here back to our master controller back at Worldedit control to indicate where the trains are. So hopefully we turn this guy on and it will send the signal off. There we go. Cool. So we'll just mark that on there, hold down our button, go. Cool, done. And I have to do the rest of these. Okay. I have to do the rest of these and the signaling as well. And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we are all in place now. I've re-signaled up all the block signals and the controllers and the switches and everything else that should be here. I do have to place in some blocks here though, which I'll do in a moment. And of course we've also got down here, hopefully I'll get down here, yes I can, cool. And of course I've done the same thing down here. I've got all the microcontrollers placed in with the Project Red lights, all the cabling, and it's all cabled up. On top of that, I also added in a little section for our interlocks. And if you remember what the interlocks do from the multi-direction passing lane, each one of these controls whether a train can enter onto the middle line. So all that is set up, and hopefully we've got everything we need. I've also, when we copied in, we had all the glass repeating down here. I've gone through and I've replaced all the glass that was here with just basic stone bricks to hide it away, except for here where you can actually see it right into the little area, which I thought was quite cool. I left it there. But otherwise, of course, it's all looking like as if it was a normal Lost Cities rail system. And the same with up here. You can see that there's no looking in against the sides. Only thing I really haven't done is test it, and we haven't done the junction at the end of the track here, but unfortunately it's taken me a lot longer to do this than I thought, so we're probably not going to get that done in this episode, but we will get it done. There is one other thing we actually need to do though, is if we head down, two other things we need to do. We head over here. Firstly, I thought I'd show you how I'm ensuring that only one cart or only one train would ever be on this line at once, because of course there's multiple different entrances now, and if you've just got a locking track with a receiver on it, then you could have multiple different trains enter at the same time, and that could be really bad. So what I'm actually doing to get around that is I'm going to take these out, and we will use a detector. And it's just an interlocking setup. You may have seen me do this before, but I thought I'd show it off just so you've got an idea on, if you're having this yourself, you know how to fix it, because it can be a real nightmare to try and fix. So what I'll do is I'll put that there so that when a cart sits here, it'll trigger this little light here to fire. We will grab a controller, which is one of those, flip it the other way, red, and the green. So of course, when there's a cart sitting here, it'll be green, which activates the system. We'll click on that, and of course it will flash. We'll head down to here where the other interlocks are. And of course this has been here for quite some time because I had at one point multiple trains, and yep, disaster occurred. We'll grab one of these, which is just our interlocks, and as you can see I've already got 3 of them set up here, 3 set up there, 1 there, so 4 total. Adding this guy on, this receiver here is the signal that runs all the way from the down end there all the way to there, and it ensures of course that nothing will enter. So if this is off, so that's red, none of these will turn green, and that one there is just controlling this little area here. What we'll do though is we'll hit this one, which is flashing, hit it again to link it back over the other side, where we will need to grab ourselves a receiver. Do we have a receiver? We do. And the receiver will go down to control the locking track. Down here. And of course we'll hit that. So now of course that's controlling this locking track. If we wanted to, we could put a distance signal in here and somehow link that together, so of course you can see that it goes green to allow them, which we might actually do, but we'll just test this. So if it puts down a cart there, you'll see it goes green, but if there's a cart there, it'll turn red. And we go back down to here again. And we could say, okay, let's also do one here. So this is the same setup here. You got your receiver, your detector, the controller, and of course they're just connecting up to here. If we put that there, it won't turn red, because of course that one there has been set, or has been allowed through. And you can actually see that in here. So there's the green one there. I don't really want to have to go all the way back to show you it changing, but I'm sure you get the idea that of course if the other one was now gone, it would not do it. If we do that, you'll see that this guy here somewhere is red. This guy here's red, which means all these were red. If I was to take out that, it'll now choose one of them to send. It looks like it was the other one, so that wasn't a great example. But you get the idea, hopefully. Okay, so the microcontrollers are working. You can now see it on the map behind me. Obviously it's purple at the moment because nothing's travelling down there, because we need to do the junctions to send stuff into Lakeview. But what I'm going to do is in the next episode, we're going to look at the junctions and hopefully getting that online. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a comment. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But otherwise, have a great day and see ya!